Welcome back to another video. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe, pull up a chair, watch a few videos. Let's get into it. So I've realized that a common problem among us humans is that we don't give ourselves grace, or we don't give ourselves enough grace. We don't give ourselves grace. It's like we ask God for grace and mercy. We ask God for forgiveness. But it's like we operate as if we are not worthy of the grace and the mercy that we're asking God for. We act as if we're not worthy of the forgiveness that we're asking for. I am too guilty of that. I'm not exempt. I have done things and asked for forgiveness, but then things will happen in your life, and when it happens, the first thing that you do is go back and like, what have I done to deserve this? And then you search your mind, you search your thoughts, you search your past, and you dig it up, and you're like, I wonder if it's because I've done this. When in our reality, if you have asked God genuinely for forgiveness, and you have given it to Him, and He has forgiven that sin, it's over and done with. It's done. So why are you digging it up? Why do you think you're being punished for something that God has already forgiven you for? We don't give ourselves grace. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I am not the only one that does that. I know I'm not the only one. But we don't give ourselves enough grace. We don't give ourselves enough mercy. And we don't forgive ourselves. The Bible says that in order for us to be forgiven, that we must first forgive. And that forgiveness starts with self. Forgive yourselves. Before you even ask God for forgiveness, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Ask God for forgiveness. If there's someone else out there that you need to forgive, forgive them too. And then you can ask God for whatever else that you want to ask for so that your prayers can be answered. But forgive yourself. Recently, I was talking to someone, and that made me realize that I'm not exempt, and I am not special, and I'm not, I'm the only one who does it. I was talking to someone, and the person was saying, I keep going through these things, keep going through a series of mishaps. And they were like, I think it's because I did this. And I was shocked by what they told me they did. But I was thinking it's something they did recently, because, not judging, but I know this person to be a Christian, and not that Christians don't sin, But I wouldn't expect that person to commit that type of sin now. And I was like, so when did this happen? You know? And they were like, no, this happened like 21 years ago. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you feel like you're being punished for something you did 21 years ago. Have you asked for forgiveness? Person said yes. So why do you think you are being punished for that? Why do you think God is holding on to that? You asked for grace, you asked for mercy, you asked for forgiveness. So why do you think what you did was so bad that God is holding on to it and punishing you for it, and you're being punished for that one thing for the past 21 years? Why? It's you. You haven't forgiven yourself for doing that. You have not forgiven yourself for doing that. And until you let it go, you'll never get past it. You're not being punished for it. So whatever you're going through right now has nothing to do with that one thing that you did 21 years ago. In fact, if you are a child of God, weapons are always going to be formed. The devil is always going to fight you. So you're always going to be tested. You're always going to go through trials. But it's up to us to realize and understand that, hey, the weapons are going to be formed, but God promised that if we trust and we believe in him and we have faith, they're never going to prosper. When we should be worried is when nothing is happening. Not that I want the trials and the tribulations, because I really don't, but it comes with the territory, I guess. But the weapons are going to be formed. But we just know the battle is not ours. But you're not being punished for your past sins if you've honestly and wholeheartedly asked God for forgiveness and you've given it to him. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. And that is why it is so important for us to forgive others. It is important for us to forgive others, because until we learn to forgive others, it's hard for us to even forgive ourselves. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. We have to learn to forgive ourselves. You are not being punished for your past. So we have to try to let go of that notion, that mindset that when things happen, we question and go back into our memory bank thinking it is something that we did in our past that we're being punished for. Because if you gave it to God and you asked God to forgive you for it, then it's gone. You're not being punished for it. Because if that's the case, and the God you are praying to is holding on to it and punishing you for it, then go find another God to pray for. Go find another God to pray to. Because then that means your God is not merciful. Your God doesn't love you. I don't know who you're praying to. But the God that I am praying to is a forgiving God, is a just God, is a true God. And the God that I am praying to said, cast my burdens onto him. So I know that once I give it to him honestly and I say, hey, take this because I don't want this anymore. And I am truly sorry that I did this. And I know that once I unload that burden and I decide to forgive someone, it is done. But I also know that I need to forgive myself too. Because if I don't forgive myself, then the problem is me. The problem is me. We have to give ourselves grace. We have to give ourselves grace. Life is hard as it is. Life is hard as it is to be walking around not giving ourselves grace. See the prices at the gas station? Going to the supermarket, see the prices on the shelves. Life is hard as it is to be walking around not giving yourself grace. I think we're all doing the best that we can. Give yourself grace. And stop letting people telling you only a weak person cries. No. There are times when I can't even find the words to pray. But I know that when I get on my knees and I just cry, God knows exactly what I am trying to say. And that's powerful. I don't even have to say a word. I just cry. And I am sure God knows exactly what it is that I am trying to say. That is powerful. There's no weakness in that. No weakness in that. So cry if you want to. Give yourself grace. Stop asking for forgiveness. Stop asking for grace and mercy if you are not going to give yourself grace, mercy, forgiveness. Be kind to yourself. You deserve it. You are worthy of it. I will see you in the next one.